Hi everybody, welcome back to Print Putter Pal. Today I'm going to do a summer tutorial, which I sort of do every year, I think, every summer. And this is an easy bronzy look if you don't have loads of time or you don't have loads of product. I'm going to try and use as little things as possible. I've got like a little stash of things I've set up. But there are some necessities that you've got to use, or I like to use, but obviously you can omit these and try and get a nice sort of glow summery look. Already I have Clinique Turnaround Concentrate on my face, and next I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Day Wear, and this is oil free with an SPF of 25. So the reason why I'm using an oil free is because obviously it's quite sunny out and I don't want to make my face overly greasy, and also it's got a lovely SPF in it, so that will protect my skin, because I'm going to try and use as little foundation as possible, because during the summer I don't like to use a lot of foundation. I hate that feeling of being cakey. Obviously if you do like a lot of foundation or a lot of coverage, then you know, feel free, but yeah, I'm looking for something a little bit more natural today. So what I'm going to start with is I'm just going to use a little bit of foundation just to even out my skin tone, but I'm not going to use loads at all. Like all this that you see, that's all freckles from the sun. You can see it goes all the way around, so it's not bad skin that I've got, it is that I'm super freckly. I've been trying to wear an SPF, quite a high one on my face, but I still managed to get the sun quite a bit anyway. The foundation I'm going to use is Origins Youthtopia, and this has an SPF of 15 as well. This is a skin firming foundation, and I'm going to use this sparingly if possible, just because I don't want a full coverage. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the back of my hand. It's quite a liquidy foundation. It's got a nice sort of shimmer to it as well. So, and I'm just gonna take that down underneath my eye, and I'm gonna try and blend that out as much as possible. Now, this little makeup, easy makeup, doesn't change that much from year to year. The only thing that really changes is probably what I'm using. So, though you may have seen me do something like this before, it is different products, which is always good to learn about if you want to try something new. Because I think I did one a couple years back when I was pregnant, and I was just using Bare Minerals. Okay, so that is a really sheer coverage I've got on there. Next, I'm going to apply Primer Potion by Urban Decay on my eyelids. I'm just going to use my finger, and this is to prevent any creasing, so I'll let that set. While that's setting, there's one thing I do have to do, and it's my eyebrows, because it's really going to drive me insane because they are getting really blonde, and you can just see where they're really patchy. So I'm going to use my Omega by MAC. Sorry, let me open that for you. Omega by MAC, and just a flat brow brush, and just brush that through, but I don't want them too defined. I just want to fill in the space between where the blonde is sort of showing through, and it looks like just skin. See, a place that you can really see it is right here. So it seems like I've got hair there, and then it goes blonde, but it looks like I'm bald. So I'm just gonna fill that in a little bit and brush through. Alright, now that that Primer Potion has set on my eyes, I'm just going to apply Rubinescence by MAC, which is a paint pot, and this is, it's got, well, it's an iridescent one. It's got a little bit of an orange pinky tone to it, and I'm going to take that all over my lid with just my finger. And these are very good at staying in place on their own anyway. And I'm just going to blend that out, and I'm just going to use my finger just to buff it. And see that I'm using my ring finger. That's because it's my most delicate finger. So I don't sit there rubbing my eye too much. Now, I'm using this color because it's a coppery color. It's a really good complementary color of my green eyes and also my skin tone, but you might have to find ones that suit you better. Girls who don't go as brown or go a little bit more red, maybe go with something that doesn't have so much copper tone in it. Now, on top of that, I'm going to use Gold Mode, and this is a pigment powder by MAC, which you can see that right there. I'm just going to use some from the lid though because it's highly concentrated, and a little goes a long way. And I'm just going to get a shadow brush, and I'm just going to tap that in, and I'm going to tap that onto the eye. That's it for that. Next, underneath my eyes, I'm going to use my Even Better Concealer, Natural by Clinique. And this should stay in place all day. And I'm just going to use my finger. I'm just going to use my finger and tap that in. And just blend it out. The nice thing about summer is that I don't have as many bags. My skin really does like the sun, even though it shouldn't. This has got a nice bronze tone to it, so I'm just gonna smudge that into the lash line. Okay, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of that just along the waterline. Now, next I'm going to use, this is Scandalous Eyes by Rimmel. And this is a volume lash. I've not used this before. This is the first time, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to put any on the bottom lashes. During the summer, I don't tend to wear mascara on my bottom lashes. Ooh, it's a big brush. Okay, so I've put 3 coats of mascara on. Next I'm going to apply a cheek tint, and this is Origin's Pinch Your Cheeks. It's enough to make you blush. And this color is Coral Berry 02. And it's a teeny tiny little thing, but I really think all you need is very little. I've not used it before, but I've checked it out, and it's just like a little gel. Reminds me a little bit of, what's that one from Benefit? Benetint. Is it Benetint? No, I don't know. Anyway, reminds me of that. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my fingers and tap that in. Same on the other side. Then I'm going to apply a bronzer, and this one is Sun Shimmer 3-in-1 Shimmering Bronzer by Rimmel. I've not used this one before either, so we're going to give that a go for the first time. And let's see how it goes. Looks like it's got a highlighting one and then the bronzing one. It's got quite a bit of shimmer, so I'm not going to put too much of this on. And then last but not least, I'm just going to use A Million Kisses Lip Tint by Lush. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to use a brush to do this because I don't want to get it all over my fingers. So I'm just going to tap a brush into it. Smells so nice. Here come the dogs. That would be Bronny and Buck. Here, I'll show you. Here's the Bassets. Hello, Bassets. Buck, Buck. Hi, Buck, Buck. Where's he going? He's going. He's off. Bronny's laying down here. Hi, Bronny. Whoop. And that's it. It's a nice glowy makeup. You know, I don't feel, I mean, I'm not wearing no makeup, but I don't look like I have loads and loads on, and you can see my freckles through it. Don't have loads of powder on. Feels really natural. If you wanted it to stay, if you've got quite oily skin, you could use Urban Decay's De-Slick, which would be quite nice as well. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it, and next I'm going to do a summery hair tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.